Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Anil, uh, Dr. Unikrishna Pillai, the principal of SG College, and my friend, uh, Christian Mahadevan, who's also the IQAC person there. Now, it's a privilege associated with SG College, Alapi. I remember Alapi as one of the destination for you when my immediate elder brother, who did his MBBS from the Medical College, Vandana, actually. That is a time when I had visited Alapi. And obviously, we have our own organization right now, that is but Alapi is one of a district which is fortunate to have one of the best choir industry and other, and it's also a coal belt. Beyond that, unfortunately, I heard that Corona is also hitting miles apart. So this is Dr. Umesh from Liberia. I basically hail from Ottapalam. Basically hail from Ottapalam, Palakkad, but born and brought up in Cochin, settled in Kasaragod for various reasons of personal and professional aspects. I was closely associated with Christians since DC School of Management because we were a team in the year 2007, 2008, 2009, etc. And that is the time when we got closely associated, and still the relation is keeping up very rich actually. Now, when you talk about heritage, indeed, I just try to propagate this relation between me and Christian because heritage is also something which is very important, and where the precedence being set by a person becomes so important for information gatherance, information dissemination, and other aspects. Now, this topic on heritage and value of knowledge management had come to me for a reason of why information has become so important in this era of progress and development. Now, since February 13th, February 13th, normally 13th is people call 13 as a very unlucky number always. But as far as I'm concerned, for me, 13 is very lucky for me all along my professional career. So I joined on February 13th here in Liberia as president as well as a rector of Blue Cross University, and I'm sure that we are moving forward. Even though the country is very small with 42 lakhs of people, and the country is very small in the sense that the COVID is also very small. For the past 4 months, it is just 1,181. If the figure is right, with 72 deaths and 700 odd recovery cases and around 340 active cases right now. So I think Liberia is moving ahead, and we have a Malayali association also here. This becomes so important for the fact that even in West Africa, Malayali people are very active. So this is what is information dissemination from Liberia. So we'll just move according to the. I have a small presentations to be made here, where with respect to heritage and value of knowledge management, and we'll just move forward. And at the end of the program, if there are any queries or any questions and answers, you can just get back to me. We'll have discussions on that aspect in this particular platform itself. Once again, fortunate to be associated with SG College, Alapi, and let us see what best we can do here. I'm just trying to present now PPT. If you are not hearing Dr. Anil, please, because I had some technical issues earlier with Google Meet, and I had to go for the Google Chrome talk. Just tell me if the PPT is not coming. Is it clear?
Uh, yeah, it is coming up, Dr. Umesh.
It's coming.
It's actually now it is not. It's your face itself.
Okay, 1 minute. How's it right now?
Yes, yes. Okay.
Is it okay? Okay, fine. So, heritage and value of knowledge management on August 1st, 2020, and 3 p.m. in India, we here it is 9:40. It's 9:40, 9:45 a.m. in the morning. We are 5 hours back, India. So let us move forward. Now, what do you mean by actually heritage? Actually, heritage is something that connects with the precedence of for a life ahead. That is what heritage means. Actually, it connects with the whatever has happened, and we try to actually move forward. And how do you actually incorporate or integrate values with it? That is what the total address of today's presentation is. When we talk about knowledge management, it's very important to understand that these days, in order to retrieve the information, it is very easy. Earlier, it was very difficult. So the retrievability of information is one of the abundant aspect on which the entire world is progressing. So knowledge is, to be very frank, it is called as a repository of information. Now, when we talk about the status of IT, information technology, and we should definitely grace the relevance of Sri Narayana Murthy, who's actually the architect of launching IT in India. Now, we were all, it was very difficult for all of us earlier, almost maybe around 50 years ago, or maybe 60 years ago, to make sure that all this information, whatever has been assimilated and which has been gathered around, is to be divulged. So it became very easy for the reason that because of this launch of IT. Now, what is IT actually? Earlier in the past, IT was called as income tax here because that is the only psych on which the IT was articulated. Later, IT became information technology, and today I'm sure that IT is going to be India's tomorrow. So that's the way the things are progressing. So when you talk about the heritage of a country, how the country has transgressed or transcribed to this particular state is everybody knows about it. How the country has been quite disciplined. For almost 73 years as of now, since 1947, we have been able to progress in a sustainable manner where the people have become very competitive. The sense that the advantage of people in India is well known in Silicon Valley. If it is heard that if 70% of people move out of Silicon Valley, US economy will be in a standstill. So that is where the power of Indians have been recognized. Similarly, the value connected with the intellectual capital of people are very important. When you look at the attributes of people here, it could be IT, it could be agriculture, it could be academicians, it could be entrepreneur aspect, the startup aspect, which is being taken to roots in Kerala right now, as well as in India. A lot of promotions are happening. So all this values, all these parameters of significance actually connect together and makes India as a destination for making this country's economy very vivid and explicit for the reason of its heritage. So it is very important how do you connect with people, and how do you connect with people happens only when there is an inclusive growth in a country. I'm sure that recently the Prime Minister, when Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister, he actually conceptualized the relevance of the term called financial inclusion. But later, when the recent the government came in 2014, the heritage of whatever has been told by Dr. Manmohan Singh actually kept its roots, and financial inclusion was one of the mission of this government. So the value of whatever has happened earlier, it becomes a heritage for the future. Okay. Now, whatever values we have gotten from your parents, you are trying to nurture for your children. Similarly, a teacher becomes an inspiration for the reason of the values incorporated for the student. So before moving, let us see what is knowledge management. You can call in terms of insight, in terms of information, assimilation and dissemination. You call in terms of a practice, it's technology, it's connected, the process, advice. Is there a process for knowledge? Is there a aspect of insights? Is there an aspect of information? Is it a practice? Okay. Now, we all know the relevance of the great man called Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who is the architect of satellites in India. We'll just start off with a small example of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, how information has become so important. Dr. Kalam was fortunately one of my professors at IIM Ahmedabad. In the sense that he took around 4 hours of sessions for us on failure management when I was in Indian Institute of Management in Ahmedabad. Now, Kalam narrated an instance. It's a brilliant example which I quote in most of the lectures I have taken across. Satish Dhawan was the ISRO chief, and Kalam was actually Dr. Kalam was actually the project leader for launching the first satellite. Okay. Now, when Dr. Kalam project was done and it had to be launched, the first satellite, it went up and up and up, and finally there was a problem, there was an error, it got dismantled, and it perished in the Bay of Bengal. So when you see that a project leader starts with a failure, there is an opportunity attached to it. Then Satish Dhawan actually came over to Dr. Kalam and told, the press was quite agitated, people were telling that this person has ruined the whole of economy, the whole of crores of rupees have been wasted in the Bay of Bengal and nothing productive has happened. Satish Dhawan told that I'm going to let us go. And Satish Dhawan actually called him and told him, let us go and see the press. And Satish Dhawan actually went ahead and saw the press and told that errors happen in life. And within the next 365 days, within 1 year, my team under Dr. Kalam will again work on this project and launch this project. After almost 1 year, into the 1 year, Dr. Kalam came up with this project. He launched it. And it was successful. The satellite went up and it was connected across. Then Satish Dhawan again came and he told Dr. Kalam, now you go and take the press. It actually sensitizes the people, the relevance of why a leader is so important. When the failure happens, the leader is accountable. But on the other hand, when success happens, it's getting disseminated. It is being given to other people. So knowledge is a resource on which is quite abundant in the sense that you require to connect with people. You require to uphold the sanctity of on what things are being built up. So when you talk about heritage, it's something connected with that. Whatever you have built up, it's very difficult to be destroyed. But if it is destroyed, it is very difficult to get back things. There's a beautiful picture of how there are beautiful pictures which is connected with Roman Empire established. These pictures actually gives a sanctity of why information is so important. This is one of the beautiful pictures of Roman Empire established. I'm sure that this histories of heritage connected to the University of Birmingham. And so University of Birmingham, people know why traditions are still relevant, why heritage is still relevant. So academics is something which connects and succeeds. The reason of why values are very important. On the other hand, we all talk about status of American culture. When you see this picture, it's quite contemporary. It's still very evident. It's very relevant. It still exists in the society. There are high social concern on which certain causes are being addressed. So these are certain aspects which the world across people actually admire. Prime Minister Narendra Modi actually launched a concept called Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. When you talk about the term called beautiful and unique, you can make a country very beautiful if you manage your waste. How many of us thought about the concept of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan? Father of Nation has been talking about this particular status since independence and after independence also. Unfortunately, he was killed by North Korea later without knowing the fact of why he has been killed actually. So when you get back to the status of a book called Freedom at Midnight, Larry Collins and Dominic Lapierre, which is written by Larry Collins and Dominic Lapierre, in that people should admire how Mahatma became important. when there was riots happening across India, when India and Pakistan was getting divided, Mountbatten, Lord Mountbatten, came up and told, I have only two options. One is Mahatma Gandhi as a single army and Indian army. That's what. You call it a Hindustan army. Now, Mahatma, and the worst hit city was Calcutta. And Mountbatten actually asked Mahatma Gandhi, requested Mahatma Gandhi to go to Calcutta. Now, Mahatma Gandhi's weapon is only non-violence, nothing beyond that. Nothing beyond that. And he landed in Calcutta and decided to starve until death. Now, people mention Mahatma Gandhi as on a different pitch also. Maybe there are quarters on which Mahatma Gandhi is being disrespected by certain people. But on the other hand, you should understand an average barrister who went to South Africa, who made ripples in the society in South Africa against apartheid. And he made up an instrument on the basis on which independence was being fought, and we got it. Even after this, we are here criticizing certain aspects of Mahatma Gandhi. Now, Mahatma Gandhi went to Calcutta and he decided to starve to death. And later, after 9 days, all the people who were in arms put down their arms. And still, Calcutta, one of the worst hit riots in India, has never had riots after that. Once we talk about this, what should be admired? What is to be understood from this? There is something beyond a physical admiration of a person. Body is composed of three important things. You talk about subtle body, physical body, and spiritual existence, spiritual body. Once you're able to meditate, or once you're able to understand your heart rather than the intelligence, the people actually have a lot of egos when they feel that they have things known in them. People generate a term called ego. Now, beyond this, Mahatma Gandhi person was an average barrister who could connect with people and who could understand the pulse of people. His economy, in his book called My Life, he has written very well that is, an average Indian cannot go beyond 17 rupees a month. And that was the way he actually lived. Okay. So Mahatma Gandhi went ahead, connected with people, and the riots were solved. And till now, Calcutta doesn't have riots. But you can think about other places in India, riots are happening. So when I'm sharing this information, this is a knowledge for you. There's an understanding. And later, Mahatma Gandhi is respected as the father of nation. He's also a brilliant seller for India. In most of the radio station in India, I've seen his statement on why customer is so important for an organization. How many of us read it? How many of us have the presence of mind, or how many of us actually sensitize ourselves after reading that? A person almost 73 or 75 years ago was able to understand why an organization is important, why an organization is important for the reason of becoming an entity. So India can be made beautiful and unique. Green wedding, these are the pricey traditions. Have you seen this picture? There's a marriage of Napoleon of France, and this is Mary Louise of Austria, eldest daughter of Holy Roman Emperor France. So these pictures give us an impression how things being very evident and how aspects will become very significant. What is knowledge? Knowledge is a familiarity. It's an understanding of someone or something, such as facts, informations, descriptions, skills, which is acquired through experience or education of perceiving, discovering, and learning. Once we are able to perceive, we require to discover what is beyond that. And this knowledge, this theory. We talk about a term called pragmatism these days. We talk about the term called experience learning. In management, people actually work out a theory called experience learning, or you talk in terms of a aspect called simulation. Now, once you have a simulative environment, people get automatically stimulated. Now, once you are stimulated, learning becomes a discovery. And this is why human capital is a discovered entity. When you feel that human capital is a discovered entity, the economics connected with human capitals connects with the term called capital economics and why contribution is becoming so important. When you talk about the word contribution, people work, people earn money. But beyond that, why do you earn money? You earn money for your livelihood, isn't it? But beyond that, do you earn money for something else? Do you contribute? Is there a measure or is there a measure of excellence connected where you feel that you can contribute extra rather than what you earn? If that is undertaken, I'm sure that the person would have discovered by himself. So knowledge is that you require to understand something, facts, information, and description or the skills acquired. Now, when we feel that the grades or marks expected in an exam, a student feels that that is more important. 100% academics has not found its roots actually. But when a person or a student actually becomes sensible after sensitizing on the subject through an objective or through a mission of learning, so that the portfolio of learning becomes a permutation and combination of both knowledge connected across through subject concept as well as through practice, where the practice become more important. As for Bhagavad Gita, the God enters a human being and such identification is mentioned. And human beings always characterized with the knowledge. When knowledge is one-sided characteristics of awareness. Now, Sri Krishna is connected as an avatar. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhi tasya keshava. When you talk about Sthita prajna, the balanced existence of a human being, you have knowledge, you have contribution on the hand, and you require to make your own existence quite relevant. When you have that, and you feel that you can very well connect with your existing system, knowledge has become so significant. And please understand that knowledge is always associated with awareness, but awareness need not be associated always with knowledge. When I take my class in MBA, management of, talk about Masters of Business Administration. In SCM, I'm a professor called Dr. N.S. Ramaswamy, who was an IIM Bangalore professor. He came and addressed about the relevance of Vedas in management. He talked about the status of Bhagavad Gita in management. So he came out with understanding that MBA as a term, it should not be known as Masters of Business Administration. Why do people take MBA? MBA is taken for the reason of, I tell my students, MBA is taken for the reason of forced by your parents. Second, in order to increase the dowry. Okay. And third, you will have a recognition of the society. But MBA is management by awareness. When you're able to integrate your existence by terming that knowledge becomes awareness, your repository is full. Interesting perspectives. Bhagavad Gita, as it is a postgraduate study religion. Now, there are three Abrahamic religions coming down from the book of Genesis, called the Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, which are religious. They all teach. What do they teach? We have a soul. I am the soul. I am the driver. And I have a car. You require to navigate them. You require to move forward with that. And if your soul is not understood by you, who else has to understand that? If you are able to understand the reason of existence of your soul, God is ultimate. The soul is not created by God, but is an infinitesimal part and parcel of the eternal, absolute, eternal substance of infinite and all attractive source of life, clumsily called as God. And what is the language of God? God's language is silence. When we talk about prayers, students go to temple when it's exam time and start Adakaram, Bhujagachayanam, Padmanabham, Suresham. Or on the other hand, people believe in God when there is a crisis. God is hired and fired for our requirements. If you have a consistent understanding that there is something to be cleaned, what has to be cleaned? The cleaning has to be done in your spirit for your spiritual existence. And that cleaning can be done through your heart. It is not through mind. Because heart connects with the God. And we are able to understand why heart becomes so important. In a life, there is grief and happiness. Malayalam Bhagavad Gita idile parayum slogan baduke samay krutva labha labho jaya jayo. When you feel that the grief and happiness is part and parcel of your glorified existence or the reason of your existence, that's ultimate. And Jesus has told there is more, but you are ready to hear it yet. Lord Krishna has communicated and authenticated, I am the beginning, I am the middle, and I am the end of creation. That is what is called knowledge perfection. This is something that was encapsulated 5,000 years ago. And this is one of the most secret of all secrets. It creates a status called self-realization. In Maslow's need hierarchy, when we start from the basic status of food, shelter, and clothes, we slowly begin our progress and we slowly connect with the society. Initially, you feel about yourself. People feel that I want to do social service. It's very important to understand that only when you are able to service for you, when your engine is being serviced properly, you can connect with the society. If you are not able to service yourself, there is no reason that you can get connected. And ultimate, what happens? You get connected and you end up in a term called self-actualization. That's a authority of Maslow's need hierarchy. Need, wants, desires, aspirations. It changes. And now the aspirations didn't. I never thought that I'll be in Liberia, in this country which is around 11,000 kilometers away from India. Now in October, I just got a call and told that there is an opportunity. It just got connected. So the creation is something that happens. I mean, it's actually continuous. And a human being requires to get evolved. When it's end of religion, spirituality begins. And when it's the end of spirituality, it's ecstasy of bliss. And when you feel that there is a time period for ending the bliss or ecstasy, you realize. So religion is only a base for your understanding. Beyond that, spirituality has to take perfection. And that is where knowledge gets connected. You can take any person. It could be Kalam, it could be Mahatma Gandhi, it could be Barack Obama, it could be Mother Teresa, it could be Swami Vivekananda, anyone in this universe. Whoever has achieved or whoever has been recognized or whoever has been authenticated for their concept has been able to undertake only through the dimension of spirituality. Nothing beyond that. And once you are able to understand that, it's called creative excellence. In the Bahá'í view, divine revelation is a standard by which all understanding and knowledge will finally have to be measured. It encompasses the knowledge of all reality and stands above the
Yeah,
judgment of
okay.
human, whatever the degree of the attainments is. It's written the most holy book. So the revelation is a standard by which all understanding and all knowledge will finally have to be measured. Now, what is to be revealed? Is it a revelation from your as a person? Is it a revelation on the sense that you are socially synchronized? Is it for the relation that you have to be integrated on a local, regional, or national or global level? What are the attributes connected on which? Overall, the cumulative effect is same, but the accumulation of all these revelations connect to the fact that your heart actually enjoys the rhythm on which you're being nurtured and you're very well connected with your natural tendencies, and it starts to resonate. And once you're able to resonate the rhythm of your heart with the life ahead, measurement of knowledge is absolute. So the attainments is something which where the judgments becomes very important. What is the degree of attainments? Is it on the level of your money? Is it on the level of your designation? Is it something else? So the degree of attainments also, people say that my interest is to see the world across. After that, I want to enjoy maximum comfort. Okay, after that, I want to live peacefully. After that, there is no answer for this. So the heritage of a life is connected for the reason of a cumulative spirit on which your values get progressed. So the standard of excellence of a human existence actually stands on to the spirit of how do you try to realize your status. Once you understand, all this holiness becomes quite holistic. So what should one absorb? The most important, indeed, the most useful knowledge is knowledge of yourself. If you to understand that, Kamugara Purushothaman has come out and sang a song, Aradi Mandil Neeri Odumundanavsan, Atmavidyalayam. So when you Harishchandra, the movie in Harishchandra, this is one of the famous terms. Finally, what happens? You buried, isn't it? You say that after my death, who will look after my family or who will look after my kids? Nature. You say that I want to make money for my children. What happens if there is no money? If there is no money, they'll live ahead without any problem. Because the existence of a person is counted on the way a person has been nurtured. If a parent actually believes that I want to make money for my son and daughter to make them exist in the society and live along, it's a wrong notion of understanding. The learning is different here. If you say that my son and daughter has to start earning after some time, it depends on the attributes on which they have been nurtured. So what is important is that as a parent, one should not make money because it actually causes, I mean, for the future for the son and daughter, because it actually negates the importance of the professional endeavor on which the son or daughter has to move forward. Once you have, you give, your investment is a knowledge. Nothing more than that. If you're able to invest in knowledge, the contention as a parent is pure. And you should also understand that when you understand yourself, you require to understand the world around. Because both things have to work in tandem. It has to be balanced because they are symbiotic. And once you're able to do it, you expect yourself to the external world. And you become an extrovert. You become open-mindedness. Few years ago, I had visited K. Shankaranarayanan, who was a former, finance minister as the governor of Maharashtra, who was a Congress leader as well. Fortunately, he's my father's, my late father's classmate at Vaniyankulam in Shornur. So he actually was a Maharashtra governor, and it seems that Dr. Kalam had been to Maharashtra for one time. So when he visited there, Dr. Kalam at 1 o'clock in the midnight, when he landed by 1 o'clock in the midnight, only one question he asked. Shankaranarayanan, is there internet in Raj Bhavan? That is all. Or in the governor's house. So the open-mindedness of a person on which the admiration for why learning is so important show this authority as a wiser person. So you require to generate idea, you require to evolve yourself. And once you are able to evolve, you are revealed. Knowledge is what allows us to drive, and knowledge is power. And also, it becomes the success of people. This is exactly what I termed earlier. Sons or daughters, you invest in knowledge. People require to understand why this term called knowledge is a deposit for the future. You call it the repository of information on which a human being has to exist. And once that happens, the life is balanced. I like to why heritage has become is it possible to destroy? It's possible to destroy. Indonesia had a unique character and diversity in society, the local language, the alphabet, the folk songs, traditional clothing, traditional houses, traditional games, as well as local wisdom. Local wisdom is something very profound, and it's being mixed with a lot of gratitude on that. The diversity and uniqueness of this course is the nation's cultural assets, and that are priceless. You cannot value price on them, and not owned by any country in the world. Unfortunately, the term called globalization caused a loss of national culture. So see, the effect of globalization, people talk about globalization as a brilliant platform on which we can continue. Wake up USSR earlier, where Mikhail Gorbachev, the architect of perestroika and glasnost. People don't understand what Gorbachev was telling. This mission of creating a commonwealth. Perestroika is talking about economy and glasnost for more openness. Ultimately, what has happened? The whole USSR is deleted. So who is the destroyer? There is a heritage behind this. Similarly, communism, when you talk about the concept of communism, Das Kapital, propounded by Karl Marx, has wrote that bourgeois will be overthrown by proletariat through revolution. Revolution means what? It's war. In revolution, the term of democracy doesn't exist. So the transformation begins. A transformation of something what is written, there is nothing wrong, but the transformation has to be admired. If transformation is not admired, you stick on to whatever you say, the communication becomes not vivid. It's getting destroyed actually. So heritage is something which has to be connected in order to avoid destruction. Earlier, it is heard that I actually born in Kerala Brahmin society. Earlier, it is heard that the marriages in our custom was almost 4 days. Later, it became 4 hours. Right now, People don't have time. So there are certain customs, there are certain rituals, and this rituals has its own significance. People have started to forget all this. People have started to forget all this. And if you forget all this, you destroy the value of a person. Now, is knowledge management important business? Yes. Knowledge is brought to bear on the business practices. You talk about connections across, you talk about internet, you talk about, you say that information is available on the click of a mouse. Yes, it's click of a mouse. You can control the world through the mobile. You can control the world through a remote. You can see any world around. So the purpose of knowledge management is to get more value from the firm's knowledge. What the firm has to create. You say the organization has to produce goods and services or render services. For what? Does the service address a cost? Does the product address a cost? Is your product able to contribute something? It's very interesting these days that a lot of investigations are happening on various fronts. It could be the gold scandal, it could be something else. I am apprehensive, I'm wondering how this media actually gets all this information during the investigation. So what is the sanctity of all this investigation? If the media is able to actually come out with facts and figures of what is going inside, what is knowledge? Knowledge has to be secret. There is something to be confidential is not kept confidential, and everything people know. What is happening in the inside the chamber of chief minister? You talk in terms of transparency. Okay, transparency is correct, but there are certain platform on which the transparency has to be quite independent. It should not be interdependent actually, because there has to be something which has to be connected across, which has to be told, which has to be conveyed, which has to be adhered, which people don't listen. Peons in the banks or peons in organizations come and speak how Dr. Manmohan Singh or Narendra Modi should rule the country. So communication is something, information is something, because communication is something which is not being connected across. If Dr. Manmohan Singh was referred by Barack Obama when he visited White House, Barack Obama came and told one word. When Dr. Manmohan speaks, people listen. That's the relevance of a person. That's the relevance for the knowledge. It's information, the key to knowledge. While receiving the highest praise in an age profoundly associated with its expansion, knowledge is increasingly identified with information, and its generation and application are increasingly ruled by the exigencies of economic growth. So you need to understand, economics is ruling the country, and finance is a function that is derived from economics. If Arthashastra has been designated as one of the powerful backup for economics, economics is not connected with money alone. Finance is not connected with money alone. There is also a proportion on which a society is getting gauged and understood. You are connecting with the livelihood. Now, what happened in when you talk about Arthashastra or Chanakya's Niti, you can see that Chandragupta Maurya, who was a peasant, who was a slave in his young ages, was brought up and he was made the emperor. It's possible. And what did Chanakya do? He destroyed the presence of King Nanda, and Chandragupta Maurya actually came back to Pataliputra. So the relevance of economics, please understand, it is not connected with the monetary aspect alone. Our cultural barrier is responsible for the knowledge share. It's responsible to share and transfer knowledge in organization. It is frequently said that knowledge management must undertake the difficult task of changing an organizational culture to achieve what is knowledge sharing and transfer necessary to realize the full value of organization knowledge resources. If you are not able to prove the myth that you alone are responsible or accountable for whatever is happening, there will be no cultural transformation. And cultural transformation is quite necessary for making succession planning important. In Kerala, there were two customs that are still relevant. It's called Makatayam and Marumakatayam. Makatayam is something which is connected with the paternal importance, where the father is important. And in Marumakatayam, the mother is important. Okay. Marumakatayam actually tells that when your mother stands up and tells he is a father, there is no one else to tell that, because father is a myth, mother is a reality. Similarly, the responsibility of a person to actually destroy the myth that you alone are responsible for whatever is being undertaken, it has to be changed. You require to give it to younger generation, and that's possible only when you share knowledge. You are able to share stories. You require to space in something on which you provide a provision for others to understand. So people, it is actually like a geometric progression where knowledge is slowly getting transferred and also getting progressed. Hence, you create a platform of structure and systems on which the practices becomes very evident. Once you do it, the philosophy of heritage or the philosophy of the value, heritage and value can be connected as philosophy. It's getting exposed. It becomes understood. Every group and the organization as a whole can distinguish analytical properties, structural properties, and global properties. These were originally introduced by Paul Lazarsfeld and Menzel. That in the year 1961 to 1970. Examples of analytical attributes are GNP, GNP per capita, and average salary, total sales, etc. On the other hand, structural properties, the importance examples are extent of inequality of training, the extent of inequality of knowledge base distribution, extent of inequality of knowledge across resource distribution, inequality of knowledge dissemination capability, inequality of power, and the conflict behavior, the intensity. So, whatever is being derived by performing some operations or data describing relations, it becomes something as a structure, and the properties are established. On the global front, it could be value orientations, it could be achievement orientation, power orientation, the mastery of nature, the linearity, how the preference for a hierarchical style social organizations is articulated. It's a democratic organized knowledge life cycle. Once a product launch, product definitely attains a saturation. A product will attain saturation. What will be the product? I'm sure that there is a concept called creative destruction in economics. Once a product enters a saturation stage, the law of creative destruction tells an other product which is connected with the older product has to come into the picture. The best example is how Maruti 800 was destroyed by Maruti Alto. Maruti Alto it was a determined effort by Maruti Suzuki, by Maruti Udyog. What are the 7 best practices? You need to understand the organization culture. You need to implement knowledge management in a very careful, measured steps. You need to motivate employees to reward appreciation. You need to implement that knowledge ownership practice. Once knowledge is owned, you have an obligation to disseminate it as well. Information IT professionals actually feel that if I convey what is known to me, I may be unseated after some time. If a boss believes that if my knowledge is being conveyed to the other and your subordinate enters to your stage, for example, let us say a director believes after some time my subordinates actually throw me apart and he becomes a director, why should I actually share? Then the evolution of human as a humane is destroyed. So you require actually coordinate all this. One need to be responsible and also accountable for your younger generation to move forward the ladder. You can see the examples in politics. People don't move out. Whatever be after 50 years also, I actually in one of the classes I heard that if Deva Gowda can become the Prime Minister of India, anyone in India can become the Prime Minister. That is what one of the humor comments had come from one of the professor earlier in my one of the management class. So there are certain things on which you require exchange. What are the best practices to bring you success in future? Map and structure your knowledge assets. You require to discern, you need to diverge informations. You need to work on context and not on concepts alone. Ask a person regarding Newton's law of motion, I'm sure that everyone will be attracted towards the third law. And if you ask the second law, I'm sure that none of the guys in the class will come stand up and tell. But to a certain extent, to a fair extent, the first law can be common. But when you ask them what is moment of inertia, rather than explaining the first law, it will be quite tricky for them. On the other hand, the third law, most of the people will tell. Because action and reaction are important. Because that's the way I've been taught. For a Malayalam, my mother used to tell me, fortunately, my parents were teachers. കുട്ടിക്കാലത്ത് എന്നോട് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് ടീച്ചേഴ്സ് ചെന്ന് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് ഒന്നാം ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ചെല്ലുമ്പോൾ കുട്ടികളെ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്ന കായിക ഗായിക ചായ്ച്ച ചായ്ച്ച ഈ പ്രൊണൗൺസിയേഷൻ തന്നെ തെറ്റാണ്. ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് കാ ഖ ഗ ഘ ങ. അതെ കായിക ഗായിക ഞാൻ ഇതൊരു പ്രയറോ ഒരു പാട്ടല്ല. കക്ക ഗംഗ ചച്ച ജഞ്ചൻ. This is all something, it destroys the purpose of why learning has become so important. A teacher's job is so important. A teacher's job is not the last one a person has to come and see. ഒരു ജോലിയും കിട്ടിയില്ലെങ്കിൽ ടീച്ചറുടെ ജോലി വേണമെന്നാണ്. But teacher's job is something quite valuable. It's inspirational. ഞാൻ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി മാറ്റി വെച്ചിട്ട് ടീച്ചിങ് ജോബിലേക്ക് വന്ന എന്റെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്. So there is something which required to be discovered, and you are trying to convey something, you are trying to communicate something, and it's not technology alone. It is just beyond that. It's much more than you're connecting with hearts. You're connecting. When you understand that your campus become garden of hearts, that's it. When you see that നമ്മുടെ അടുത്ത് വരുന്ന ആൾക്കാർ ഒരു heartful nature, everyone has their own, when you conduct a SWOT, strength and weakness, but you make a campus a garden of hearts, and I'm sure that knowledge sharing policy will be implementable. It is easily possible. The experience of employees, the designs and process on the goods and services, your files and documents, your plans for future activities, these are also important for success of your business. So what is so important? You need to share knowledge across your business. And considering holding of innovation workshops, brainstorming sessions at which staffs are given the freedom and encouragement to think of ways in which the business should improve, you need to make sure that you have a clear knowledge strategy for your business now. When you have that strategy, it's a long-term status. It's not a short-term one. I'm sure that knowledge can be shared across, not business alone, across your nurtured youngsters. To succeed in your business, one must know that one must keep become a junkie, knowledge junkie. You require to have a knowledge bank. You require to encourage staff to post views. Let us criticize. Let the people come and critique it. What is wrong if a person comes and critique us? But it could be diplomatically or democratically criticized. Technology isn't something which is not alone the answer to sharing knowledge. It has to be managed carefully so that it's channelized properly. You require to understand a person as an important knowledge champion in your institute. You need to give incentives and training. But don't forget the importance of training is key knowledge and skills and best practices across the business. So let's make knowledge as a base for future. Knowledge is a repository, it's a heritage, it's an integrated value of knowledge. You require to get synced, you require to get synchronized with different culture, different status, different platforms, and different interventional understandings on which the world is progressing. Once you have it, you should have the perseverance, the dedication, the commitment for information, assimilation, and dissemination should prevail. Once you understand the term called perseverance, knowledge is a base for future, and I'm sure that knowledge is life, and life is learned from experience. So the heritage and value of knowledge management, if you're able to absorb, if you're able to gauge and absorb your self value, the dimension on which you are existing, the future is safe. Future is safe, and future will be successful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It was truly a good experience to us. You were taught on various points of knowledge, its management, its value and track, molded as new horizon of thought. It was truly enchanting when you merged religious teaching with on knowledge with the practical life. I thank you on behalf of all of us from the department, college, and participants. Thank you, sir. Next,
Thank you.
thank our beloved
Thank you.
Principal, Dr. P.R. Unikrishna Pillai, who approved and inaugurated this event. I also thank Dr. T.R. Anil Kumar, HOD and Vice Principal, who gave a full yes even when the idea was mooted. Then I thank my colleague who strived along with me to coordinating this event. I also thank the IQHC coordinator, Dr. Parameshwaran sir, for his full support. Finally, I thank the number of participants who are in different geographical area but made all arrangements to participate in this event. Thank you all.
Thank you all from Liberia. This is Dr. Umesh signing off, and Krishnan, thanks a lot for getting connected to the SD
Thank you.
College.
Thank you, Umesh sir. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Very much.
The link will be provided now for the certificates in the chat box. And please make sure that you give your details before 5 o'clock. If you have any sort of doubts, please do ask in the chat box.